Hi, and welcome to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving, a podcast series by Tharaka Foundation focused on youth mental health. Before we begin today's episode, I just wanted to let you all know that all content that is found in our podcast is created for informational purposes only. This content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or therapy. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, and never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard in this podcast. Thank you so much, and without further ado, let's get started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving. It's your host, Seerat here, with a very special guest, Lakshay Soin, who's an undergrad student sharing his high school journey and what helped him stay focused on his goals. Lakshay, before I ask you more questions, please introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing currently.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lakshay Soin, and I'm a freshman at UC Berkeley studying applied math in my first year. I come from Fremont, California, and went to Mission San Jose High School, a very competitive high school.
That's really cool. Thanks for sharing that. My first question to you is, did you know in high school which college you were going to go to?
In high school, I had really no clue where I wanted to go. In my applications, I just applied everywhere that I could. I was just trying to test the waters, see what colleges I could get into. Because obviously I knew not every college would accept me, so I just wanted to see all my options. I didn't really care if I went out of state or stayed in state, but I always did have a preference for staying in state. I did have other colleges that I would have rather gone instead of UC Berkeley, but life happens and I didn't get into them. But I'm still happy with my result and I'm still enjoying UC Berkeley.
That's cool. Uh, is this the college you always wanted to go to?
Definitely not. I did have a couple other colleges that I would rather have gone to, but obviously not everything works out for you in life. So I did end up going to a great school though, so I'm definitely happy with my results still.
How do you manage rejection? Like, do you have any strategies that you use when you lose or you know that you won't be able to do something because you got rejected?
For sure. So I already know. I feel like everyone kind of knows that rejection is inevitable, and it's a part of life. But rejection and losing definitely makes all of us stronger. So knowing that it's coming is a great way to mentally prepare yourself. And when it happens, you shouldn't be sad about it because, well, you tried your best, right? So that's all that really matters. And also, it's not in your control. If it was in your control and it didn't work out, then I understand feeling sad. But if it's out of your control, you can't really do anything about it. There's no reason to stress about it. And there's always going to be next time as well. There is always new opportunities. So there's no reason to feel down about it, as you can get back up again. So.
Okay, I'll try those tips. Was it difficult for you to stay focused during your high school years while there were so many distractions like social media, video games?
Yeah, for sure. So I was definitely a big gamer myself back in middle school and high school, especially during my freshman and sophomore years. I used to game a lot, and it would definitely take away time from my studying in high school. But as I grew older, I kind of grew out of gaming. I know definitely some of my friends have not. They're still enjoying playing games to this day, and that's completely fine. But you just need to make sure you limit yourself, especially on the weekdays, especially when you have a lot of work and assignments due during the week. It's definitely not the best idea to play video games during then. On the weekends for a couple hours is definitely cool, and it's a great way if to just spend your time, enjoy yourself, uh, especially for your mental well being. And it definitely does help if that's what you really enjoy doing. And as for social media, I never really got into it, never downloaded it. I know a bunch of my friends are on it. It can be a great tool to connect with other people, but it needs to be used in moderation as it can spiral out of control, just like with anything, pretty much. So just be careful with that and set restrictions on yourself. so that you can make sure that you study on high school well and get to where you want to be.
Oh, me too. I actually never had a video gaming phase because I never had a TV, so I never really found interest in it. So what helped you stay focused during your high school years?
No, especially I think knowing your goals and where you want to be at, and what you want to do in high school and further on down the line is really important in making sure that you'll succeed. So for me personally, I was always very big into math, science, specifically computer science, and just experimenting with computer science competitions, clubs, and just knowing that I wanted to be really good at this thing helped me to stay focused during my high school years. I put a lot of effort into it, and especially if you're doing something that you enjoy and want to do, you're gonna always do better and work harder on that specific thing. So also, I think taking care of yourself, both physically and mentally, are really good factors in staying focused. Exercising daily and spending time with your friends and doing things that you enjoy every day, just for a little bit of time, goes a long way. So doing all those things collectively really helped me stay focused during my high school years. So I recommend other people do the same.
Okay. Did you have enough time in your high school years to take care of yourself and especially your physical, mental, social, and emotional well-being?
Yeah, for sure. So as I said in the previous question, I did make time for myself every day just to exercise and do things that I really enjoy. So for me personally, that's basketball. I always used to either work out or play basketball a little bit every day. And then on the weekends, maybe a little bit more. And then on the weekends as well, I also did spend time with my friends, my family. It's made sure to keep my mental and social well-being in check. And in turn, my grades did get better and my performance in school was much better overall. So during those high school years, it's really important to take care of your physical and emotional well-being. And I think those combined with hard work really do give success in high school.
Okay, I'll try these. And do you have any tips on how middle schoolers can uh, balance la- balance school and outside? Because lots of middle schools in my school, we have lots of extracurriculars, so it's hard to take care of physical, mental, social, and emotional well-being.
Yeah, for sure. So I think it's important not to overload yourself with a bunch of extracurriculars. It's definitely important to have some, but also make sure that you're interested in the ones that you're actually going to do. If you're not interested in it, it's never going to work out. You're going to have to do that for pretty much the next 4 years of your life if you want to stay consistent with it. So you obviously cannot do that. It's going to be hard if you don't enjoy doing that activity and you're involved in it. So I'd recommend picking a few, doing the things that you like, do really good at it, and then if you reduce some of your extracurriculars, then you can add spending time with friends, family, and doing exercise as well. And also, if you have extracurriculars that are do have physical exercise involved in them, that's better as well. That's great. Otherwise, I just recommend just slotting like 30 minutes to an hour of every day. Just find one time and do everything you can to make sure that you get that time and not overload yourself with other work so that you can keep yourself healthy.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can reduce some of my extracurriculars.
Just make sure not to reduce it too much, though. Don't want to just do one thing. It's definitely important to explore yourself, do a bunch of them, see what you like, and then focus on those
Okay.
specific ones.
Did you feel pressure to fit in? If so, how did you manage that pressure?
For sure, yeah. I definitely see a lot of other students around me doing things that they really like. Not necessarily maybe healthy or good, but they're doing a lot of other things, getting a lot of new experiences. And me personally, I did not get to experience everything that a lot of other people did. So I did definitely feel the pressure to fit in and do these type of things. but I think it comes down to what your heart truly says. I really enjoy just exercising and hanging out with my friends, and not going to concerts or doing any of other stuff. So I always wanted to be just in that, just doing my things that I enjoyed and what gave me true happiness. So I recommend just finding what you really enjoy. So to do that, you should just try as many things as you can, find what you like, and then do that thing to the fullest. That's how I manage my pressure to fit in, and I just found my own path, and I'm enjoying my time now. So.
Okay, I'm gonna try exploring some more things. And it's a time of the year when our high school seniors are busy writing college applications. It's a stressful time for them, managing schoolwork on top of filling out college applications. What's your advice to them to go through this process more gracefully?
hmm So I think starting early is the most important thing for college apps. Don't want to leave anything till the last minute. It will get way too chaotic, especially come submission time. It's going to be very hectic. So start your essays early. And what I mean by early is probably right after junior year summer. Make sure that you just start getting all your ideas out on paper. Just start writing a bunch, and later on, you can cut down on your essays. And I'd also recommend finding someone to guide you. Anyone who's already gone through the college application process is a great mentor that can help you understand the college process and how to fill out the college application. That can be very useful to reduce all the stress and make sure that your process goes smoothly.
Okay, could you share your timeline that you used when filling out college applications?
So as soon as junior year summer ended, I found someone that already went through the college application process and told me that they I asked them for their tips. And they told me to just start writing essays. So that's what I did as soon as junior year ended. Wrote all of my essays. And then I got one or two people to review them and see how I could cut down on them to meet the word limit. I don't recommend getting too many people to review your essays. It can be a lot of mixed opinions. It will be too many people saying, oh, change this, change that, a lot of conflicting ideas. So just get one or two people that you trust and that actually know you to some extent so that they can edit it and help you cut down. And that cutting down process, the writing process takes the bulk of the time. The cutting down process just takes maybe like a few weeks or so. And then when the applications actually start opening, then you can fill out all the other information, the miscellaneous like grades, extracurriculars, which definitely take time as well. So make sure to start early on those. And then come submission time, you'll be good to go and it'll be pretty smooth. So that was my time.
Okay, I'm gonna try that timeline. And lastly, do you have any message for the parents listening to this podcast on how they can help their child stay focused?
hmm So obviously, there's no set formula for how to help your child stay focused and achieve what they want to achieve and to their max potential. But I would recommend definitely not forcing your child to do anything, setting extreme restrictions on them, because you can't obviously do that for their entire lives, especially when they head out to college. There's no restrictions on anyone. They can do whatever they want. So it's important to make sure that their mindset is the one that's truly strong, and their morals are strong as well, and what they believe in. So the most important thing is just to plant the seeds within their brain, and that's by teaching them important skills such as hard work, discipline, and just qualities such as not procrastinating and just doing everything you can to the best of your ability. So this is done pretty much by you showing them kind of by being a good role model. Firstly, my dad and my mom, they both worked hard. They both slept on time. They both taught me good values. They did not say, "Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that." I could just see what they were doing. I could see that they were working hard, that they had a good schedule, they were eating good food. So I've just kind of replicated what they did. So I would recommend as a parent that you do everything that you can to be the best person and let your child uh, follow in your footsteps. And also, definitely saying something over and over again, such as, oh, do this, such as, um, oh, you should be studying. This will help you in the long term. You'll get the job that you want. You'll get to a good college. You can say that subtly. Don't say directly to their face, but be especially and give them positive reinforcement. So let's say that they do good on a test. Tell them great job. Make sure that they feel good so that they're more inclined to do that, and they know what's truly good for them, rather than them if they don't feel good and then they don't do too well, then they don't feel good, then obviously they're not going to want to try and do better if you don't give them some positive reinforcement when they do good. So I think just planting the seeds, not forcing anything upon the student is the most crucial part in making sure that after high school and beyond that they perform well, and that they find their own identity so that they can succeed in the real world.
Oh, those are really good tips. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really learned a lot, and I hope everyone listening to this podcast did too. Thank you so much, Lakshay.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are listening to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving, a podcast series by Tharaka Foundation. As part of our youth series, we will be releasing new episodes every Friday, so make sure to continue to check those out. We hoped you enjoyed this podcast, and thank you so much for listening.